Hello. Oh, okay. And we're on. Hey guys. Welcome to Self-Sabotage. This is actually the second time that I am filming this episode because the first time there's this cute little button on this microphone that mutes it when you talk. So I ended up hitting that for about half the episode. So that's cute. So we're going back, and I literally just recorded this and now I'm re-recording. So topics are fresh. Honestly, it was kind of for the best because I was rambling a lot and I wasn't quite sure how to talk, and now I feel a bit more comfortable talking in front of a camera. So you know what? It's a blessing in disguise, and that's how we're gonna look at that. But welcome to Self-Sabotage. My name is Ella Towson, and it's so lovely to have you here. I have been wanting to start a podcast since I was probably 15 years old. Like, it's been in the making. Not even this specifically has been in the making. There was another podcast that I was going to start with one of my friends in high school, and that just ended up not happening because, I don't know, we were 16. What's going to happen with that? But finally, the time has come where I feel like I'm ready to start a podcast. So anyway, why self-sabotage? Why is that the name? Where did that come from? How did we get here? What is happening? Self-sabotage, the name actually started because I had a life coach a little while back, and she's great. I love her. But I was telling her this idea, and I was like, I'm not really sure, like, how or when or why. I have this idea, and I really want to do it. But I was like, I don't know what I'm going to call it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what lengths I'm going to take to get there. And I was talking about the idea of the first episode and what I wanted it to be about. And the topic of today is self-harm. Not in the physical sense, but in the mental sense. And I was talking to her about it, and she kept bringing up self-sabotage. And she just kept saying it. And I was like, wait, kind of got a ring to it, though. So that's where we're at with the name. And I have a huge vision for this podcast, I'm not gonna lie. I really want it to become something important. That's kind of all I've ever wanted to do, is be able to help people, and this is the way that I see myself doing that. And literally, even if this helps one single soul, like, I will have done my job, and I will have done what I wanted to do. So that would be amazing. But I do have a vision for where I want the podcast to go, and I want it to become something kind of pretty big. I would love to interview celebrities, and I want to interview celebrities about their startup. And I know that's talked about probably by a lot of celebrities, but I mean in a sense, like, what did they do to self-sabotage, or how did they get past self-sabotage to become as successful as they are? Because that's something that is very regular, and everyone kind of does. Like, I know I do. I self-sabotage all the freaking time. Like, that is probably my main, like, issue, is just I'm full of self-sabotage, and that's not great. That's not healthy, and that's not where we want to be. So I do want to talk, like, I would love to talk to people that are super successful and what effort or steps that they have taken to be able to avoid self-sabotaging themselves, because your girl needs help on that one. But yeah, so the topic for today is self-harm, like I said, and by that I just mean things that you do every day that aren't bringing you happiness. Like, anything that you are doing in your life that doesn't put a smile on your face is a version of self-harm. Like, obviously you don't have to be, like, physically hurting yourself to hurt your own feelings, you know? And with that, like, it could literally be you waking up and not having a morning routine. Like, that could be your version of self-harm. That's my version of self-harm. Like, at least it has been for a minute. I've definitely fixed that routine. I don't want to say fixed. I've grown. I've grown into having a stable routine for myself. At least I'm trying. I still mess up from time to time, but, you know, we're all human. And I think that, okay, having a morning and night routine, I feel like this is not talked about enough. Like, it's hard. Like, I don't know why it's so hard, but it is hard to have a consistent morning and night routine and stay on top of it. Like, I don't know if that stems from childhood or something, but I have just never been able to keep a consistent routine. And it messes with my head. So that's something that I've been working on a lot, is to just keep consistency, honestly. Like, oh my gosh. To me, consistency is probably the most important thing, whether that's in a relationship or friendship or literally anything, just me, myself, and I. Like, I would like to keep consistency with myself, and I tend to kind of strive away from that from time to time, but we're working on it, and that's what we're doing. And I've definitely implemented a good morning routine and a good night routine for myself, and that has helped me a tremendous amount. I really cannot stress that enough. Like, I don't know how to put into words being like, hey, if you get up in the morning and brush your teeth, like, your day will be better. Not saying I would not brush my teeth in the morning. That's a little gross, but, like, I just mean the overall, like, maybe I'll lay in bed for an hour and then get up, but, like, instead of just getting up and brushing your teeth. And even if you go back and lay in bed, like, at least you did something for yourself in the morning, you know, instead of just waking up and staying in bed for 5 fucking hours. You know, happens to the best of us. No judgment here. But yeah, and when I say, like, you can self-harm in relationships, honestly, staying in a relationship could be your self-harm. Like, if your partner is not, and that could be any form of relationship. That could be, like, even a relationship with your parent. Like, I think it is not talked about enough that, like, yes, forgiveness is key. Like, full key, like, to any issue. Like, you need to be able to forgive, and if you can't forgive, you're just gonna hold that weight in your heart, and it's gonna become heavy, and it's gonna become ugly, and it's gonna be a burden on your life, and it's not gonna be a burden on their life. Because if you are not able to forgive someone and you're holding that grudge in your heart, and they're just like, no, like, that's not gonna affect them, babe, that's affecting you. Come on. And that's something that I need to learn too. Like, that's something that I really need to put more in my life, is just learning how to forgive and being okay, because it's really hard to, like, forgive someone and get over something. Like, that's something it's a hard struggle to deal with, I'm not gonna lie, but knowing that if you are able to forgive them, it brings you peace, and that doesn't mean that you have to keep that person in your life. You could, girl, like, that person could have done you dirty as heck. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, that person could have, okay, I was gonna say, like, murdered your mother, but let's not go that extreme. That person could have cheated on you with your best friend, okay? And you still have to look at it. If you can see something from someone else's point of view, that's powerful, and that will help you so much. Like, whether they've done something that's so ugly, like, think about the way that they grew up. Think about where they came from or whatever, and put yourself in their shoes, and that will help you so much. Because if you think about how someone grew up and the lessons that they were taught as a kid versus the lessons that you were taught as a kid, nature versus nurture, like, there's so much that goes into that, and it leads to how they treat other people when they grow up. So if someone's treating you kind of whack, look at how they grow up and learn about them, and that can help you or hurt you. Because sometimes, if you are like me and you are very empathetic of people's situations and you understand where they're coming from and you want to be able to help them and do everything you can for them, and they don't really want your help sometimes, or sometimes they do, but they're still putting not so nice things, like, they're not saying nice things to you, or they're not helping you. Like, if that person is not benefiting you as much as you are benefiting them, and it can go back and forth from time to time, but, like, the overall grand scheme of things, if that person is really not adding value into your life, like, gotta get them out. Get them out of your life. Let's normalize the blocking, okay? Okay, maybe not, like, let's not ghost and block, let's not do that, but, like, you know, ease someone out of your life, and if they're not adding value to it, then, you know, move along. You can do your own thing. Yeah, I think that's a huge version of self-harm that is so normal, and all of us do, is just keeping people in our lives that aren't bringing us a certain amount of happiness. And it's really hard to weed out those people, especially when they've been in your life for so long. Like, and that could be a family member even. Like, if a family member is doing something to you repeatedly, if a family member or a close friend or someone is repetitively, is that a word? Oh my god, I'm losing it. Repetitive, you know what I'm trying to say. If someone in your life is not doing you good 24/7, they don't need to be doing you good 24/7. But if they're overall not doing you good, like, come on. We're too old for this shit. Like, let's move along, okay? Me, myself, and my long 20 years of living. I'm exaggerating, okay? I'm literally a child. I think the older I get, the younger I feel. And I don't know how to explain that. Like, when I was in high school, I thought I was the shit. Like, I really thought, like, no, in high school, like, I really thought I was so grown. Like, I really thought I was a whole adult. Like, and I was whack in high school, let me tell you. Like, I don't know who that girl is. Love her, miss her, want to give her a big hug. But yeah, she was a little crazy. So, what was the point of that? I don't remember. But yeah, definitely. Oh, because I'm so freaking old as a 20-year-old. I'm a child. I'm actually a child. Like, I just came out of the womb. I'm not gonna lie. That's how I feel. And it's because I'm more in the world. Like, the more you put yourself into the outside world and the more you go and explore, the younger you're gonna feel, because you're gonna realize, like, holy shit, I've been in, like, this tiny little hole, this tiny little town my whole life. That's how I felt when I moved to Hawaii. I was like, holy crap, because I grew up in a tiny little town where everyone knew each other and everything went around. Like, there was no secrets to be kept, okay? And moving that far away from home, I think it was, like, over 5,000 miles. Like, it was far, and moving that far away from home for the first time, being, like, alone, was a crazy experience, but I have never valued something more in my life. Like, that experience taught me so much, and I would not be who I am today without that experience. And then moving to New York after that, like, both very diverse big cities with so much to learn. Well, Hawaii's not really a city. I mean, anyway, just, like, very different environments, that's for sure. And both also so different from where I grew up. I feel like I've really lived in, not every situation, obviously, but, like, I've lived in different situations for the past 3 years. I've been in very different places, and it has expanded my brain to the maximum. Not saying that have the biggest brain in the world or anything like that. I am far much more to learn. There's lots left to be learned. We have not reached that point yet, but I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without those experiences, which I am so freaking grateful for. But yeah, more on self-harming is, like I was saying, not taking care of yourself is a huge thing, and that can lead into so many different webs. But I think a main one for me was not going to the gym. Like, I was a huge gym rat in high school. I was always in the gym. I was always working out. I think I was in the gym, like, 3 hours every day. Maybe, like, 1 day a week I wouldn't go to the gym, but, like, pretty much was in the gym every single day for, like, almost 3 hours, which is wild to me, okay? Like, now I go to the gym maybe 4 days a week, like, but I'm still, like, getting exercise in. I'm still moving my body. I'm still actively trying to better myself, but that's something that I've recently implemented in my life, and I've been in the gym, like, now for a good month or two. But before that, when I moved to Hawaii, I didn't go to the gym. The first semester of college wasn't really in the gym. I would go time to time, but it wasn't something that was consistently in my schedule, and now it is, and I really have seen so many benefits from that, just in the sense of being, like, happier after. Like, I feel like I've succeeded. I've set goals for myself, and I'm completing them, and that's something that will really change your mindset, especially when you realize how proud you are of yourself and how proud you've come, and, like, looking back on who I was in high school versus who I am now, like, even who I was last month, like, girl, we are not the same person. I mean, obviously to a certain degree, or obviously I'm the same person, but, like, I feel like I learn something new every day, and I really carry those lessons with me, and that's something I really value in myself, is that I'm able to do that, and I'm really proud of where I've come, and I don't think people talk about that enough. It was just, like, acknowledging that they've taken the steps to where they want to be, and really appreciating that about themselves. Like, let's give ourselves a little more love, guys, okay? Claps all around, snaps all around. And taking care of yourself also is something so important, because me personally, I'm a very, like, I care a lot about the people that I surround myself with, whether you don't care about me at all. And that is something that has gotten me into a little bit of trouble in my life, is just really caring about other people. As, like, that sounds so weird, but in reality, like, the people that I care about in my life, like, I really care about them, and I will do anything. Like, I will go to bat for you. Like, but that has affected me personally in my life, because then I'm like, oh, well, they're not doing this for me. But they're not the same person as me. Like, yes, I'm a caring person. I'm going to go out of my way. I'm going to go to bat for you. That doesn't mean that you're going to do the same to me, but you can still care about me in the same way. It's just we care about people differently, and we show how much we care in other ways. Like, you know, like, no one's going to have the same love language as you, like, ever. Like, it's just, you know, your love language is your love language, and that's what's so beautiful. But you need to learn to take care of yourself before you can really take care of others. And that kind of goes into, like, the love yourself before you can love someone else type thing, which I agree with and I also don't agree with, because I've definitely loved other people when I didn't fully love myself. But the amount of love that you can give to other people drastically, that's the right word, right? Drastically changes when you do love yourself. And I don't know if I can explain that in words. Just, like, loving yourself is a benefit for everyone around you, in all honesty. Like, you being a happy person is going to benefit people around you. If you're depressed all the time and you're not, like, you being depressed isn't going to benefit anyone's life. Sorry, babe. Like, been there, but in reality, like, you being depressed, you're just hurting yourself and you're hurting those around you. Like, if anything, get better for yourself. Like, please, because you getting better for yourself and you falling in love with yourself is going to attract, the law of attraction, y'all. Like, that shit is real, okay? When you are just radiating light, like, you're gonna attract people around you. And I realized that a lot this past year, especially weeding out, like, people in my life that I didn't necessarily feel, I don't want to say deserve to be there, because that kind of sounds like whack, but, like, people that weren't adding value into my life anymore. Like, weeding people out and really focusing on the people that give me the same love that I give myself and give me the same love that I give them. And those are the people that I have in my life right now. And it just, like, those are the people that are going to pick you up. Like, I don't know why people still stand trying to, like, impress other people. I think Hawaii really changed that point of view for me, because I was alone so often. And I really spent the majority of my time being there alone, like, by myself. And I really had to entertain myself. And that, I value that time so much. Because now, like, girl, the obsession with myself is a little whack. Like, borderline egotistical, okay? I like to think I'm not egotistical, but I don't know. Some may say different. I don't really care. I'm over here living life, very happy with where I'm at. And I don't think I would be if I didn't spend that amount of time by myself. Like, falling in love with yourself really revolves around you being able to be alone. And I think that that is something that is so important, especially when you're getting into a relationship. Like, you need to still appreciate your time alone. That's something that I also need to work on, but, like, it's something that you're always going to need to work on, but it's something that is really important and really valuable to have in your life. And, like, it's really good. And that goes along with, like, if you love yourself and you're taking care of yourself, you are setting goals for yourself. And that goes along with, like, maybe your goal for yourself will be to get out of bed that day. That's okay. Like, it's okay to have really tiny goals, but, like, set those tiny goals, and you could have them for, like, one day. Like, one day, this is my goal. Like, today, I just want to go to the gym, you know? And you complete that goal, and you're going to feel so good about yourself, okay? It could be the tiniest thing. You could be like, okay, you know what? Today, I'm not going to stuff my face with Doritos. And that's your goal, and you completed it. And it's just a little something that you can pat yourself on the back for, you know? It's like, and then maybe you'll get yourself a bag of Doritos because you didn't eat them all day. Okay, that might not be the best reward for that situation, but you feel what I'm saying. Like, reward yourself in little ways, but don't reward yourself with bad things. I think that is something that is, like, oh, this goes into, like, the whole conversation of, like, quitting vaping. That, oh my god, y'all. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet, but, guys, I was a vape addict, okay? We've all been there, especially at this age, like, oh, God, and it's disgusting to me now, like, it's really gross, but I've been there, like, that shit would not leave my hand, and now it's, like, it's really icky to me, and I realized because I was using it as a reward. Like, I would be like, okay, you know what, I did the dishes, I'm gonna hit this because it's my reward. Or like, oh, I did this for myself, so I'm gonna hit this because it's my reward. And then it just became a repetitive thing of like, oh, I'm doing this, like I get a reward for this. Girl, stop doing things for rewards, please. Oh my gosh, the way it'll change your life, like not using it as a reward for everything, I don't know how to explain that, but it'll, first of all, you're gonna feel healthy as fuck afterwards. Like, you're really going to transform your life. Second of all, it's just nasty. Like, come on, please. Like, why are you doing that to yourself? It's adding zero value. Like, that's something that, come on, we need to get rid of. We need to let it go. It's really not that hard to quit. I hate to say it. Okay, it's hard as fuck to quit, but like, once you get past that like week point, once you get past that month point, like, you won't think about it. And if you do, it's gonna be like random gummies. Eat gummies, okay? That will be your savior for that one. But I can go more in depth on that too in another episode. But yeah, honestly, okay, something that is going to bring you the most success is going to scare you the absolute most. Like, it's going to freak you the fuck out. And wait, okay, you know what, we're gonna go back to that. First, we're gonna talk about your body and how it looks. And your body is fully a reflection of the way that you treat it. And that goes without saying. Like, imagine looking at a fitness instructor and then look at like a drug addict, okay? You can see a difference. I know you have a picture in your mind. And I'm not saying that you need to be a fitness instructor, and I'm not saying you're a drug addict. I'm just saying that, like, there's a difference, and there's an obvious difference. And one person is taking care of their body, and the other person obviously is not. And you can address that shit on the street, too. Like, you can see someone and be like, ooh, like, they really don't care about themselves. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, we don't need to be embarrassed, and we don't need to judge, but come on, girl, let's eat right. Like, let's love this vessel of life that we were put into, you know, like, every piece of you. And if you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna notice that reflection. Like, when I was in high school, I want to say more, okay, my acne used to be horrendous. Like, she was heinous. It was bad, okay? And I went on Accutane for a minute. Worst thing, I will never recommend that to anyone. I genuinely do not understand how people can be on Accutane and, like, be okay with it. Like, it's so bad. Holy crap. I don't know if I just had an abnormal experience, but I, like, quit when I only had a month left of being on it. Like, I literally couldn't do it anymore. It was horrible. But my skin was so clear. But then after that, I, like, had to find other things, and there are ways. Like, my skin looks good now, girl. Like, do I get a pimple from time to time? Yeah, but do I also appreciate that my skin looks like this, and I don't feel like I want to kill myself? Not that I wanted to kill myself when I was on Accutane, but really was not. It hurt my body, it hurt my soul, it wasn't great. And that was something that I kicked out of my life because it was not adding value. I guess it made my skin clear, but you know, there's other ways to do that. And then obviously my skin got bad again because then I wasn't taking care of myself, and that leads back into, like, you need to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people. Like, you need to figure your shit out, because if you're putting all of your effort into taking care of other people, like, girl, that is self-harm. Please realize, because it's horrible. Like, putting that much effort into somebody else and not yourself, like, it's going to make you think some type of way, and it's going to make you, like, not feel okay. Like, you're gonna feel gross, and you're gonna feel, like, weird. Like, I don't even know how to put that into words, but, like, just let's focus on ourselves for a little bit, okay? Like, let's be selfish. Not, like, crazy selfish. Like, don't be a bitch, but, like, being selfish is okay. And I think that we need to talk about that one a little bit more. And I think that will add a lot of value into your life if you're able to just be like, hey, girl, sorry, like, let me not go out tonight. Oh, going out, please. I can't remember the last time I've been out. Like, I think it was like a month ago. Maybe? I don't know. No, I went line dancing, but that wasn't even really going out. Okay. This age group is like, we have gone everything, like, really everything has been, it's so, like, going out is, okay, let me put it this way. Why don't we stay home in our bed and feel comfortable and be happy and just be alone? Like, you know, I mean, I get it. Going out from time to time is so fun, but I really do not understand going out every single weekend, every day of the weekend. Like, how do you do that? You are harming yourself. You're hurting yourselves. Like, that is not good for your body, first of all. That is not good for your mind, not good for your soul. Like, none of that is adding value into your life. And yeah, it's fun to go out and it's fun to get ready with your friends. But genuinely, like, when I was going out repetitively, I started to notice that the only times I was really having fun was when we were getting ready. And then we went out and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. And I would always leave because I was like, well, once I learned that I could say no and leave situations and I had free will, girl, I would be leaving my friends all the time. Like, low-key felt bad about it, but if I wasn't having a good time, I'd be like, okay, I'm out of here. Like, sorry, this isn't for me. And I would say no. Let's learn that we have free will, guys, okay? We don't need to be in that situation if we don't want to be. If you want to get out of a situation, you can. FOMO is so last year, okay? Let's get rid of FOMO. It's out. Let's enjoy our time while we're on this earth and do what makes us happy. And if going out every single weekend if that's making you happy, girl, okay, props to you, but I can't say the same. Yeah, that one's a little wild. But that leads me into the next part of this, which is talking about what scares you. And that's like, okay, well, if like fear of missing out, if that is something that is really like, how do I put this into words? FOMO is ugly, okay? Let's be real. FOMO it's ugly. It's last year. It's old news. We don't need it anymore. And when I say, like, doing something that scares you is going to bring you success, I don't mean it in that way. Like, honestly, yeah, I do mean it in that way. Because if you're scared of missing out, miss out, girl. Because it's going to happen next weekend. You can go out with your friends next weekend. Or get yourself, better yet, find yourself a group of people that you don't need to go out with every weekend. Because those are the people that are going to stick by you. And if you can find other things to do other than, like, putting things in your body that aren't adding value into your life, and you hang out with those people, and, like I genuinely, what did we do? We had, like, a friggin', if you can find friends that, like, you can just go on walks with, or go to the gym with, or, like, find the people that are going to stick by you the rest of your life, and the people that are going to add the most amount of value into your life are the people that you meet doing something that is, like, that is adding value into your life. The people that are going to stay in your life for the rest of your life are the people that you meet adding value into your life, if that makes any sense at all. Like, if you guys meet in class and you start going to the gym together, or you meet, like, I don't know, you meet and you just start yapping and you start going to church together, or you start going to the gym together, or something like that. Like, those people are adding value into your life. I'm not saying you have to go to church. You can do whatever you want. But, like, those are the people that are going to bring value into your life. And those are the people that will stick by you. And if you're meeting someone and you're like, oh, let's go out this weekend, and then you go out with them continuously, and that's the only time you ever hang out with them, and, like, that's where your friendship bonds, sorry, babe, they're not gonna stay by you the rest of your life. Like, I don't know what to tell you. At least that's my experience. Maybe it will be the other way around. Not saying you shouldn't go out with your friends and have a good time. Definitely go hang out with your friends, have a great time. But if it's, like, all you do, that's not a valuable person in your life. Like, come on, girl. Like, let's I don't know. But overall, you know, like, let's stop being mean to ourselves. Let's just treat ourselves with love. Give yourself a little hug at the end of the night. I know, like, doing things like that sounds so weird and it feels so strange, especially when you start doing it, but really, like, hug yourself, babe. Tell yourself you look cute. Something I love doing, I'll quite literally just sit in front of the mirror and, like, talk to myself with my thoughts. Okay, I'm not mentally insane. I just mean, like, like, talk to yourself, have a conversation, check in on yourself. How are you doing? What's up? Like, what do you want to change about your life? What do you fake it till you make it? I cannot stress that enough. If you can, like, like, see the vision and the version of yourself that you want to be and become that. Like, you gotta fake it till you make it, babe. If I was going to the gym for, like, every day of the week and I didn't want to be there, now I do. Like, I enjoy going to the gym. Like, that is part of my day that I genuinely enjoy, and I feel amazing afterwards. For the first week I was going to the gym, I fucking hated it. I was like, I don't want to be here. Like, take me out. Let me leave. But now that it's become a part of my routine, and I don't stress on myself that, like, you need to be here, like, you need to lose this much weight, you need to, like, be doing this to, like, if you're not doing it from a place of hate, like, yeah, it's so much more enjoyable. And that's how I was in high school. Like, I was going to the gym and I was like, this will solve all my problems. Like, I just need to work out. Like, I'm taking my anger out in the gym, blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong, that's great, that's fun, but, like, now when I go to the gym, it's more like, oh, I'm doing this to better myself. I'm doing this to help myself. Like, I'm here because I love myself and I want to treat my body with kindness. And that switches your vision of the gym. Like, I don't know how to explain that in any other way than what I just said, but, like, there's going to the gym to get your anger out, and there's going to the gym to better yourself. And once you make that switch, it's going to change your view of the world. Like, maybe that's dramatic, but I don't know. Anyway, I feel like that's enough for the first episode. Oh my god, hold on. I don't know what just happened to me. That's how you know I've been yapping for too long. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all go. This is fun. This is so cool. I really cannot believe I'm starting a podcast, but, you know, like I said, whatever scares you will bring you the most success. And it's true. So this is actually freaking terrifying. I'm so horrified to put my life out on the internet. And for all of you lovely people to listen to me talk and yap. But if you're still here, hey, like, thanks. I love you and I appreciate you so much. That's so cool of you to stick around and hang out with me and listen to me talk for that long. Wild. But yeah, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. This is freaky, but it's exciting. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being yourself. I really hope that this helped at least one person. I honestly, it helped me, so I already helped someone because I just like talking about this stuff. And I really hope that you lovelies have an amazing day or an amazing night. Maybe you're falling asleep to me. I fall asleep to podcasts all the time, so that'd be kind of really cool if someone's falling asleep to me. But anyway, love you all. Sending kisses, sending hugs, and I'll see you next week. Stay tuned. It's exciting too. I'm dead scared, but I'm so excited. So it's like, you know, you win some, you lose some. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens along the way.